Bangladesh is all set to welcome an interim government led by Muhammad Yunis, who is a Nobel laureate, the only Nobel Prize recipient from Bangladesh. He is in fact being flown down from Paris, where he was undergoing treatment, to lead this interim government with his team of advisors. Muhammad Yunis is 84 years old. He is known as the banker to the poor for his immense contribution in the area of microfinance that has done pioneering work in the country. So Muhammad Yunis will now be the pivotal figure in the running of the new government in Bangladesh, which of course will be an interim government till the next elections are held. Here are the three big challenges that Muhammad Yunis is likely to face in the immediate context. You're watching Viewpoint. I'm Afrida Rahman Ali. Let's begin with the first one. The first big challenge will be the economy. Now remember, Bangladesh had a great period after the pandemic where it actually became one of the fastest growing economies. In fact, it was in the fiscal year of 2021 to 2022 that Bangladesh registered a GDP growth rate of 7.2%, becoming the world's one of the world's fastest growing economies. Now the country is facing several setbacks. It is grappling with inflation, it's grappling with unemployment after the robust growth that it experienced. With macroeconomic stability and improvements in infrastructure and a growing digital economy, along with the growing trade flow, the country was going just on the right track. But it is now experiencing a slowdown. It's a 3.78% decrease in economic growth in the October-December period of the 2023-2024 fiscal year. So Muhammad Yunis will have to understand that the discontent that was brewing among the people was also to do with the decline in the economic prosperity. And many experts now say that all the sins of Sheikh Hasina was somewhere drowned or glossed over by the fact that the country was experiencing an economic prosperity. But the moment there were cracks in the economy, that is when skeletons started tumbling out. That is when the demons came out to haunt her. So the decline that Bangladesh is experiencing now is the slowest in the last 3 quarters, the period that I just quoted, and it is primarily because of a drop in manufacturing output growth, which is caused by decreased domestic consumption and sluggish export performance. Both these factors will have to be looked at if Muhammad Yunis hopes to get the country back on track, especially initiate measures that could induce employment, that could increase youth employment, because this is a large chunk of youth that we are talking about, the students who came out in protest. It is, after all, a student protest that led to the ouster, the resignation of former PM Sheikh Hasina. The second big challenge that Mr. Yunis will face is the fact that he is now going to be running a government in consultation with 2 other parties, the Bangladesh National Party of Khaleda Zia and the Jamaat-e-Islami. Now, some of these are hardliners. So to be able to temper it down, to make sure that the jihadist forces do not pick up momentum, and the sort of insurgency that we saw in India's northeast, for example, the forces that were operating out of Bangladeshi soil, those forces should not start raising their ugly head again, because it will create tremendous amount of instability in the entire region. So that would be his second challenge. I feel the third, of course, is again extremely important, to inspire a sense of confidence in the students who are disgruntled at the moment. Remember, it started with the quota protest, but it went on to become a huge mass protest, a civil movement, so to speak, to oust Sheikh Hasina. But it is not as if all protests have died down. Awami League leaders are being targeted at the moment. There are killings happening, and that sort of violence and killing and loot and arson must subside. And that would be, of course, the immediate challenge for Muhammad Yunis, who is going to lead the government. And last but not the least, let's not forget the army is also going to be playing a crucial role. So to have the army, the BNP, the Jamaat-e-Islami all work in tandem, because here is a time where the process of consultation and collaboration must begin and everyone must come to the table and find the way forward. Will that happen in an amicable manner? Remains to be seen.